Hey guys, I'm Jake from today'siphone.com. My hair looks funny, and here's what's going on this week. This is the second time I'm filming this video, because for some reason I thought it would be just dropped my remote on my foot. Because for some reason I thought it would be a brilliant idea to film my video outside today. What I didn't realize is that wind, plus a very, very crappy camera with a very, very crappy microphone, doesn't really mix very well. Anyway, let's get to the news. Alright, now the first thing I want to tell you guys about this week is another TIP giveaway. This time it's for a case called the Macaulay case stand for the iPhone 4. Now this case is really cool because it snaps onto the back of your phone very easily, and it has a built-in kickstand much like you see on the Evo 4G or the Thunderbolt. And it's an awesome way to watch movies in landscape mode or FaceTime or pretty much anything. Now normally this case would cost $29.99, but we're giving you a chance to win it for free. Entering the contest is very easy. All you have to do is follow TIP_cam on Twitter and tweet him anything as long as it has the hashtag casestand in it, as well as the URL link to the giveaway post on today's iPhone. That's it. Now please keep it to just one entry per person. If he gets like 1,000 entries from one person, it's only going to count for one. Also, unfortunately, this competition is limited to the continental United States only. Now the deadline is May 1st at 11:59 p.m. So why don't you just go head over to Twitter and type out your tweet now, and then you don't have to worry about it. Alright, moving on. The guys over at Boy Genius Report seem to have gotten their hands on a T-Mobile branded iPhone in the testing stage. Now this white iPhone 4 is running on T-Mobile's 3G network, and it has a lot of these security measures and other things that Apple uses for internal testing devices only, such as the Android-style pattern unlock thing. So it looks to me like this is the real thing. Now there's no word on when the iPhone is coming to T-Mobile. If I had to guess, I'd say that this is either just a testing prototype to make sure the iPhone 5 works on T-Mobile, or as Cam pointed out, they could just be trying to make sure that their devices are ready for the AT&T T-Mobile merger next year. Either way though, this is good news because it means more iPhones in the hands of more mobile customers. Speaking of the white iPhone 4, it appears that somebody in the UK actually managed to buy one. According to the Vodafone UK customer, the salesperson put the sale in as a black iPhone 4 and just gave him the white one instead. Now shortly after this incident, a memo was released halting sales on the white iPhone 4 until next week. So it appears that the white iPhone 4 will be available for purchase next week, in the UK at least, and I can't really see that differing too much in other places like the US. One interesting thing to note is that they changed the design of the proximity sensor on the white iPhone 4. If you remember when it was first announced, the white iPhone 4 had like a little pinhole kind of mesh looking design where the proximity sensor was, but now it's just a simple black cutout that looks very similar to the camera cutout, but longer. Personally, I like the way they had it originally with the little dots, because it just seemed to blend in more with the device, but what do you guys think? Okay, so we've been talking about this for a while, and I think you guys know my stance on the white iPhone 4, that I really don't care that much. But I want to know how everybody else feels about this. Are you guys excited that the white iPhone 4 is finally coming out, and are you going to buy one? Or are you going to stick to your current device until the iPhone 5 comes out and then upgrade? Okay, next, in iTunes news, it appears as though Apple's cloud-based iTunes service is ready to go in June. Now, a variety of reliable sources, probably within the music industry, confirm this, and most likely Apple will announce this in June with the iOS 5 preview, and it'll probably go live sometime in September with the new iPods. Personally, I'm very excited about this because if you're able to keep your music in the cloud and just stream it to your device, that's going to free up a lot of memory on your iPhone or iPad or iPod, and you can fill it up with games and pictures and videos. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for this very, very soon. Very, 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 very soon. Why? Why do I say things like that? But as excited as I am for this new iTunes thing, the one thing that I'm really looking forward to in June is the preview of iOS 5. iOS 4 is definitely looking kind of outdated compared to some of the other platforms out there, so I'm really excited to see what Apple has up its sleeve. Now this week, a Vietnamese video hit the web claiming to have an iPhone 5 running a leaked version of iOS 5. Now the iPhone 5 in question looks exactly like a white iPhone 4, so there's some speculation as to whether or not that's true, but there's no denying that the software on the device is definitely a departure from what people have on their phones now. In particular, the multitasking menu has completely been changed around. Instead of the little underbar at the bottom with the icons of the open applications, you double-click the home screen and you're taken to a grid view of all of the open pages on your phone. It actually looks very similar to Safari on the iPad when you have more than one page open there. Now there's been a lot of debate about whether this is a jailbreak application or if it's an older prototype version of multitasking for iOS, or if this actually is a leaked version of the 5th generation iOS software. However, some things in this video do seem pretty fishy, such as the random blank icons on the screen, which usually only show up on a jailbroken device, so it's really anybody's guess as to whether this is legit or not. But luckily, we only have to wait a couple more months till WWDC to find out. Moving right along, in jailbreak news, the dev team released an untethered jailbreak of iOS 4.3.2 this week. Now, I'm sure you all know what that means by now because I basically explain it every time I talk about this, but just to reiterate, a tethered jailbreak means that every time you restart your device, you have to plug it into your computer and run a jailbreak tool to make sure that the jailbreak sticks on your phone. But with an untethered jailbreak, you don't have to do that. I should warn you that jailbreaking can void your Apple warranty and maybe even break your device. But if you do choose to do this, definitely let us know how it runs in the comment section down below. Okay, and finally, in completely unrelated news, you may notice that the background of this video is slightly different than what my other videos have been, and that's because I am home for Easter right now and I usually film in my dorm room. But unfortunately, my freshman year of college is coming to an end in a couple weeks, and I'm going to be filming here for 3 months until I go back to school. Now this is kind of boring, just a plain wall in the background, so I want to know if you guys have any suggestions for me as to what to put in the background of my videos. It can be anything within reason. Pictures, posters. I don't think I'm going to be able to get an elephant to stand in the background of my videos. I've tried, but I just don't see that as a legit possibility. I mean, we could even go Dan Brown style and people could send me stuff to put on my wall if enough people want to do that. We're always looking to improve our videos and our posts on the site, so any suggestions would be awesome. Well, that's it for this week, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and happy Easter. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or if you just want to connect with me a little bit more, you can follow me on Twitter at TIPJake. You know, I love talking to you guys and answering questions, so yeah, see you next week.